Hey everyone, this is our SEO meetup, and today we have Stefan and Favor. And Favor was just discussing something super cool about Pinterest SEO. Favor, go.
Thank you for having me, Sarah, and thank you as well for having me here, Stefan, and anyone as well that's listening. For those who don't know me, my name is Favor Ike, and I am a business owner, entrepreneur, and creator. And I help business owners, entrepreneurs like me, and also creators that want to scale their businesses using Pinterest SEO, podcast SEO, just search and semantics just across the web with their website, and also gain visibility and also save money as well on their business when they're running ads. So we were just talking about Pinterest, which is so underrated. You know, when you look at the word Pinterest, you drop the P, it's interest. And Pinterest has a taste graph of two things, interest and keywords. So when people are searching, they're within their early beginning purchase mode before they even get to the final destination. And because 97% of searches are unbranded, with about close to 619 plus million active users globally, then it shows that there's a lot of potential for Pinterest, for people to use it. Even I would say Apple during September every year, they always run ads, whether it's Verizon running it, AT&T running it, but there's going to be an Apple somewhere in the mix because you're able to see the product and you're able to use it extensively. And even now, Instagram has partnered with Pinterest. So the last 365 days, knowing that Instagram has a shelf life of 72 hours at most, compared to Pinterest, which has a shelf life of 5 months, at least, you're able to take your last 365 days worth of content and then repurpose it back into Pinterest and use it. Even on Pinterest, a lot of people use YouTube on Pinterest. They watch YouTube videos on Pinterest. If they're watching DIYs, how to set up a candle, just stuff like that, that is very DIY based, but also very business savvy, you're able to use it. So Pinterest is great. About 45% of the household income, yeah, is about $150,000 per household in the US, which is about 100 million users actively. And people spend Pinterest between 14 minutes to 2 hours on average. Just imagine that compared to TikTok, where it's 5 hours a day, 24 hours a week, so people binge there. But I always call Pinterest the SOM and other social media platforms the TAM. So service obtainable market will be Pinterest, while other TikTok and other platforms will be your total addressable market. So there's a lot about Pinterest, but just using it and being specific on how to connect it, claim your website, which you own 100% control of your quality content, it's a no-brainer. So there's more to that, but that's like the surface level.
Wow, this is so cool, and I'm super happy that you brought this conversation. Like we don't talk enough about Pinterest and Pinterest SEO, and it's just there as we were just talking. It's an opportunity that's hidden in plain sight, right? Like for some reason we just overlook it, right? So I really appreciate you bringing this topic. And what, okay, this is not like I'm not putting you on the spot or anything, just an open discussion, right? And Stefan, feel free to chime in. Like what, as we were just discussing, like what type of businesses you think, like I think off the top of my mind, like I would say e-commerce websites, but what what are your thoughts?
Yeah, any website that has information is valuable on Pinterest because Pinterest runs on education and entertainment, or rather edutainment. So if you're looking at Pinterest and you have an article, if you have blogs, if you're a photographer, if you write, you have services, if you're a coach, you can definitely use Pinterest and build. There's something called a verified merchant program. There are two badges on Pinterest. There's a red badge and a blue badge. The red badge is a verified creator badge. The blue badge is a verified merchant badge. So once you're approved of all the guidelines and you've, let's say you've fulfilled the compliance, measures, then you can now have an approved merchant status on Pinterest and run ads to your shop catalog, just like you would with Facebook Shop and Instagram Shop. So Pinterest is great for e-commerce. It's great for business to business. It's great for business to consumer. And it's one of the greatest places that you can connect, just like on LinkedIn. Imagine commenting on someone's post as a company. That's what happens with Pinterest because it's Pinterest personal and Pinterest business. So anyone that has a website can use it. If you write articles on your website, documentation, you can use it. You can run events. It's a really great platform for you to discover and let people connect with you outside. Because if you think about it, Google Images practically is Pinterest or thumbnails from YouTube or thumbnails from your website. So if you're using Pinterest as the anchor, then everything is just interlinking back into the base. And then with domain authority, with Pinterest at 97, it's a no-brainer. So it's just a good way to have that backlink off-page authority and also use it for topical dominance in your niche.
You know, I'm connecting this conversation with the fact that image search is the second largest search engine after traditional Google search. So there's a huge interest in searching by images, right? And Pinterest gives that, and it doesn't just return random images, it returns, there's value behind those images. I mean, Google search, image search is just, it's just images and not necessarily like you wouldn't necessarily find the information you want there. But in Pinterest, if you search, but obviously you get images, but then there is like if you're looking for DIY project, I think you're more likely to find what you want if you search on Pinterest versus if you use Google image search, for example.
Totally. Yeah. It's more specific, it's niche based. And even with searching, you know how on Google ads you can do exact match search, phrase match, negative keywords. They have all those things there. And Pinterest is one platform that I don't think any other platform does this. You can run ads by zip code. So imagine if you're running ads with a specific budget instead of running it through the whole US or the whole North America, but you're focusing on 100 zip codes that have 10 million people or a million people, you have a much higher conversion value lift than just basing it on anybody. So there's so much you can do there. Even with products, they've installed something called Pinterest Performance. So you can literally turn on your AI tool within Pinterest and let it do the work for you. If you take photos, let's say you don't have good backdrops, it will literally transform your picture into a good background and match it. So if I like purple, you like brown, it might give you a brown or purple depending on your like and taste. And, and then I'm able to get the opposite color based on my preference. So it's just a good way to interact with the platform and use it for intelligence and also use it for databases that can also recreate your content social platform for better workings all over the internet. Yeah.
I'm so impressed. And I feel like I need a moment to like process all this information. It's uh, uh and I'm super happy we're having this conversation. Hi, Pushpa. We have our Pinterest SEO expert here, and we're just learning more about it and how we can like use it, what type of businesses that would be a good fit for it, the type of people that are on Pinterest. Feel free to chime in, or if you have like something, a different topic you want to talk about. You know how this works. So, yeah, and hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Um, something Stefan, do you want to say something, or I don't want to be dominating the conversation. I can keep talking like
I know this is the second time I am joining the sessions, but I did watch a few of previous ones. So I don't have much experience with Pinterest itself, but I do see it as a good uh, content distribution channel. If images and other assets are already created, it will make sense to integrate it with other promotion tactics. So if we don't see Pinterest uh, as just one channel, but one of multiple platforms where we can disseminate our media files and links, I think it would make sense even as a tactic of this kind in more traditional sense.
okay. I'm trying not to put you on the spot, Favor. I'm so sorry. So you don't feel you have to answer this. This is like a discussion, right? But I'm just trying to figure out a workflow. Like if I have an SEO website. First of all, do you think I should invest time in Pinterest or not? Your personal opinion.
I
And
honestly,
then
okay.
yeah, go ahead. And then the second thing, and I have a YouTube channel as well that I'm trying to like grow. And then how you think I can leverage Pinterest for to grow my website and my channel? Like, is there a specific tactic, or I just pin everything or?
So there's a tactic to it, and Pinterest is very specific. Like you said, it's different from, just blogging. But let's say a workflow that would be simple would, let's say you have an article that has 5 points, how to do X. So let's say how to do technical SEO, how to do local SEO, and you do it in 5 ways. Now you have 5 images, and those 5 images lead you to the same article on Pinterest. So when you now create those 5 images based on color preference, styling, you're using that to A/B test. And usually Pinterest takes about 14 days to give you an organic feedback. So after 14 days, you're able to know, okay, this content does well, this content doesn't do well. So I would use Pinterest as a testing board and as an evaluation system for my SEO content, so that if I have 10 articles and 10 of them are doing well or 2 of them are doing well, then I know where it's coming from. Because when you go to Google Search Console, under the link section, you're going to see Pinterest there. So if Pinterest is turning your images to clickable assets, then it's a good way for you to also improve your visibility. When you go to Search Console performance, you go to web images, that also plays a big role into your Google findings, because you're getting information from Google to Pinterest.
Oh, nice. I didn't think of this. It's like you're ranking on Pinterest, and then with Pinterest, you're also ranking on Google again. So it's like a lot of added value. Hi, Muhammad. Um, there's so Muhammad, we were discussing Pinterest SEO. We have our expert here, Favor, and I'm really sorry to keep you on the under the spotlight.
No problem.
But you have a lot of experience in that area, and I think all the information you shared are very new to me. I know that we need to give attention to Pinterest, but I just, didn't have all this background about it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We actually have a client right now we're working with, and they do like stock images. So they have over 20 million pages on their site, and some of them are not indexed because, just because of the crawl budget and even the limitation that just happened recently with Google. So there's a lot of things that's going on with the crunching. So we told them that for them to sustain their business on Google, Pinterest would be a great resource because they're already a stock image site. So why not have your images, since you license them and actually own the rights, you can have them on there as distribution, and you can also own the credit too. So when you use Pinterest, it helps you to gain more visibility. So now with their business, they've been able to improve their content, because when you go to like Uber Suggest, for example, you see Facebook, Pinterest, and Reddit. So you don't see other platforms. So Pinterest is so underrated because it's always somewhere. Even with AI, it's always in the mix, but people don't use it specifically for that. They use it as a personal tool as opposed to a business intelligence tool. So whether you have a product or service, you can use Pinterest to gain leads. Even now, you can get leads from Pinterest. Before you couldn't, you can run lead ads. So you can do anything you want to do there. Do quizzes, catalogs, sales, you can do carousels, you can do videos. You have so much unlimited resources there, because people think it's just a pin away, but every image, every video, every graphic you put out there turns into an asset for you. And imagine if you post something today and it starts to reap off, years from now. I've done it before where I'll leave a comment, let's say in 2023, and somebody replies in 2025. It happens. So when you leave that, and the good thing with Pinterest is that it gives you a date stamp. So it's usually month and year. So let's say this is February. So to say 02/26. So that means in February 2026, it was commented. So it's very specific. That way you're able to come back and give people context and just exchange value over time. I can talk to another business, through my account. So when you have that business to business confirmation and I'll say conversation, you have a much better way of building relationships offline, which also improves your Google signals overall.
I know what, Favor, if you have free time on Friday, if you're willing to hop on a podcast with me and my business partner, Nick, that would be great. I'll reach out and we can discuss this afterwards, if you're available. Of course, no pressure at all, but please come. But
On
I'll reach out.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm traveling on Friday, but we can chat and then pick a time and make
Pick a
sure.
day. Yeah, we can definitely move it around. Because we had a sudden change in plans. The guest had last minute cancellation, so we can discuss it. Let's discuss it afterwards. Thank you so much for all the things you shared. It's very interesting, definitely. Hey, Rakesh. So, I think Pinterest is definitely the highlight of today's so far, the highlight of today's conversation. But what has others been working on? This is an open stage. Anyone want to share anything? I can go as usual. Did you notice how when I said I talked too much and Stefan started his response? But yeah, I know. It's like, okay. Okay,
It
it's
it
okay.
wasn't.
I know,
I'm
I know.
sorry.
No, no, I know. I'm joking. I'm joking. I know. I know I didn't mean it like that, but I wanted to joke about this. Anyways, anyone wants to chime in? Okay, I'll chime in till someone chimes in or like wants to say something. So I've been trying to focus a bit on YouTube and YouTube videos and leverage that platform. I cannot say I've been like I've done okay so far, but I'm still like exploring the potential, like how this it's very different than traditional search, of course. Um, and I'm still trying to explore it, but so far I think it's a good place to be right now. Um, for your business with all the instability happening in traditional search, it's good to be on other platforms and have some presence, there. So that's what I've been working on.
How's that been going for you with YouTube?
Uh, I think I underestimated the effort needed. Like even if a video, like yesterday, for example, I posted a video that's like 4 minutes, but it actually took me an hour to prepare because you want to know what you want to say and put it all together and be organized and what should I say, this should I say that, should I go deep on this or that. So it was a lot, and I don't want to overwhelm the people listening. So it takes time. Like but so far I like it. And I want to continue like in that direction. Um, I think there's a lot of interest in AI, anything about AI right now. Maybe I would focus a bit, maybe on SEO, like uses of AI in SEO, like in that direction a bit. Maybe I would add a bit of that content, and maybe I'm just brainstorming. Stefan, you had posted something. You want to talk about
Um,
this?
it's not really a fleshed out idea, but in terms of having the main article on the website and finding ways to create links to it. So this would look like a general approach. I had somewhere in the notes, I'm collecting ideas from places, and this is more about content distribution, but it may tie to Pinterest strategy and how to overall promote the content you create.
So this is like your distribution.
This is an idea I found somewhere, but I don't have really much experience with Pinterest. So it's an idea I noted a long time ago, but didn't try.
I think the problem, I like this. I'm just talking, right? I think the challenge with, I create a blog. Like today, I'm sending out a blog, right? To repurpose it and create it needs additional time. And I'm like even speaking to Favor now, I think, okay, I want to focus more on Pinterest. And I tried that before, but I just didn't give it enough time. There has to be like I need to leverage automations at that point. Like I need to figure out an automation that help me like do things, because this is just and that would be helpful, right? Like then you can distribute as a lot. Like right now, I'm posting on 3 channels, 4 actually. So I'm posting on LinkedIn, I'm posting on Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, and I'm also posting on Substack. So I'm on 5 platforms, and that's a lot actually. So I want to go for Pinterest. It's an uncharted area for most SEOs. Like you rarely talk about that, and I actually I'm thinking of how to use that right now in the strategy. Like, but there like so I'm thinking about how to use that in my strategy, and then I also want to find a way to automate that.
Yeah, I would love to help you with that on Pinterest and YouTube, because just imagine you have a picture and somebody clicks the picture and it takes them to your website, and your website has a blog, and then inside that blog you have an embedded video on YouTube. So you've created like a sandwich. So now somebody is getting a multi-layered experience of your brand, and it's touching on every signal across the web. So you're using Pinterest as a search signal, and using your website as a domain signal to strengthen the social shares that you're getting. So, and I also know, like, of course, because YouTube owns Google, or Google, sorry, owns YouTube, you can now have Google in your indexing, because ChatGPT has a browser called Atlas. Perplexity has a browser called Comet, and Google is going to have their own browser called Disco. So if you look at ChatGPT and Comet is Perplexity, which is Microsoft. So you get to see more LinkedIn citations and their results, compared to ChatGPT Atlas, where you get YouTube results. So for your strategy now, if you're now thinking about showing up on ChatGPT Atlas, and you have YouTube Shorts or YouTube videos, then those are connected back to your website, you can build a lot of connections from there. So there's so much to dive into Pinterest on, but I'd love to, work with you on that, Sarah, and see how we can make that the best possible, achievement for you. And also, if you're running ads, Pinterest is so much better, because you're spending between 2 cents to 30 cents on the dollar, compared to Instagram, Facebook, where you're spending $1, $2, $3 plus, or even Google, which can go up to 5 plus. Yeah.
Nice. That's really nice. I think we definitely can find a way to collaborate on something related to Pinterest automations. Yeah. Nice.
Is it okay if I put my link, my business card
Yeah,
in the
yeah. Look, this is a free space. You do anything, you can talk about anything. Like, we're getting to meet, and that's the purpose of this. Like maybe if you share something about your business or your ideas, someone would, have an idea to that would give you more, insights, or yeah, we're super happy. I'll check that out even now. Nice. I'm frozen, or are we all frozen? Okay, I'm back.
Yes,
Hi, Muhammad.
so I was hesitating because I am in office right now. So that's why I was like hesitating to communicate with you guys. But before I go away, I have a question for you guys. Like recently, I saw a major drop on my website, and in my initial findings, I found that uh, the major drop was from the blogs articles, and upon finding that, upon finding further, I found that there are some listicles update by Google, in which Google actually hit the websites uh, which are promoting themselves more, like even though Shopify as well, and websites having a time rate thing like article of 25 or 2024 also got hit by it. So just asking you guys that any one of you faced that issue in the recent month of January of dropping uh, in the traffic?
Well, I don't rely on listicles in general when I write, so I haven't noticed anything. But did anyone else notice something on that area? But I mean, it's known that Google is definitely hating, listicles. They've been abused, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
tactic is, yeah, it's very spammy. It's very, anyone now creates a listicle and puts their business there and then gets cited in AI overviews and, ChatGPT and so on. So there had to be something done about it, right?
But what about then topical authority and all of that? Because in that specific area, listicles plays an important role.
I want to, okay, can I share my screen? I want to show
Yeah.
you a post I saw by Steve Toth recently. 1 second. Where is the share button? Oh, here. I use this a lot, and every time I use it, it's like I'm new. Okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Steve here is talking about listicle situation and uh anyways, right, and then there was
Exactly.
some research that they were dominating ChatGPT citations and so on. Uh so here's what he's saying. The company, like, yes, there has been a hit for those listicles, but companies doing it authentically are still standing. So if you're actually doing really, really good, authentic listicles, you're not gonna be hit, right?
So it's like don't be biased with your brand.
Don't be biased and think, like, let's say you're writing an actual listicle. Let's assume you like write it as if you're not gonna put your brand there, right? So he
Yeah.
puts like he dug into what the survivors, right, from that hit did, and actually this is a good approach. Like, you want to look at what worked and what didn't. So this is the things he noticed common in all the ones that did well, right? They had real. I'm gonna share this link to this in the chat so you can keep it. But
Thank you.
so, like, balanced competitor analysis, you need to have a cons section for your own product. This is like this reading this was very eye-opening. Is you Because what happens is everyone creates a listicle and, hey, this is the top product, it's and writes, like, a paragraph or two about it, like generic stuff, and then moves on to the next item on the list. And it's not really bringing value, and um it's
So
not.
the keeping listicle aside, let's talk about the blogs. Still, you think that making a topical authority with blogs and writing relevant content for the user help us generically to rank on the transactional keywords as well, or like you can get more leads by using the blog channel? What's your approach in it?
I'm sorry, can you ask again? I was trying to get the link, so I sort of like missed the
Yeah,
question.
so
Sorry.
sure. So I was just asking, like, let's keep the listicle aside and let's talk about the blog sections only. So, do you think, like, in making a topical authority and getting the right content for the user, writing the right content for the user will help us generating leads, and in SEO overall, it help us a lot. What's your strategy on blogs? Basically, I just wanted to ask this.
They're definitely helpful, but few things. You need blogs for topical authority, right? You need them, and then you need them for stages where the user is not ready to buy yet, right? So you can get your user at different stages. Uh, and then there are ways in GA4 where you can create a dashboard to see how much internal traffic from blog pages to your product or money pages, the pages where the conversion happens. So you can measure actually that, how much internal traffic those blogs are sending to your money pages. And uh, surprisingly, I've noticed a lot of businesses blog, but they don't link correctly or enough or at all to their money pages. So at the end of the day, your goal is you're trying to send, like, trying to give you the user information they're looking for, right? The best in the best possible way, but you're also trying to bring, and in exchange, you're trying to potentially tell you, like, get leads to your business, right? So are you actually linking correctly to your bottom of funnel conversion pages? And you need to measure that, right? And once you measure that and figure out which blog pages are sending more to your money pages and which are not, you'll start to understand what's working and what's not, right? So short answer, yes, I think blogging is still valuable if done right, of course. A long answer is yes, but there's more work that you need to do. Like you need to measure how effective it is in bringing value and optimizing for that, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I agree on it.
Glad you found this helpful.
Yeah, I was also checking the link you sent, and it's actually the same happened to me. So I will like read this LinkedIn post after the session. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, Ghadir.
Hi. Hi, Sarah.
You're from Egypt, right?
Yes, but
Yeah,
I'm
the
Shayma.
name.
Ghadir is the name of the account, but I'm Shayma
Okay.
Ibrahim.
Oh, hi, Shayma.
Hi. It's my daughter.
That's okay. Kids are allowed on this in this meetup.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks so much, Sarah.
She can learn some SEO, right?
Uh, please give me 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. So, guys, what are your thoughts on all people that are sharing stuff like I fired my entire marketing team or whatever, and I replaced it with an AI workflow? Anyone thinks this is like
It's a bullshit.
yes, exactly. I mean that's okay. Let's give space to others to disagree. We don't think it's a good idea, but if someone has a different opinion or a comment on that,
Sure.
yeah, please chime in. Stefan, Favor, Shaimet.
Yes.
I believe this will work until it will not work anymore, in the sense that I believe the setup for now is okay, but as with everything, the customer changes, their habits change, how they discover brands change, how we can get their attention changes. And even if for now it works, as with any robot, it will need someone to adapt and adjust them as needed.
You don't have to like raise your hand or anything. Sorry, Shaimet, jump in. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to ask you about the local SEO, especially in the US market. Uh, I faced many challenges in this market, and local SEO especially is a new area for me. Could you please give me hits or quick wins I can do so I can achieve my goals?
Okay, here's a small challenge. I don't really do a lot of local SEO, so it's like if you have a specific question, I may try to help you, but local SEOs like nitty-gritty details, I don't do this area much. But I mean, if someone does and you have any tips to share, please
Yeah, I
Thank
do.
you.
go ahead.
I Gadir, so what exactly do you need for local SEO?
I achieved a city level ranked, okay? But about the state level ranking, I faced many challenges. I did everything I can do. I optimize the Google My Business account, create services pages for specific cities in the state, uh, backlinks, but I can't achieve the goal to be ranked in the tops on the top three uh, for the state level, not the city level. I want to strengthen my account so I can rank it on three top three, but on the state level.
Okay. Based on the state level, do you have a website that is producing content too that's connected to your Google business profile?
Yes, I created content, large tons of more than 100 article localized for the state I target. Uh,
Okay.
but the leads from these blogs was so low quality. I want the client find me within my Google My Business account so he can make calls. The Google My Business account also can generate high quality leads. So I want to focus on it instead of the website ranking.
Okay. Okay. So basically, I know that there's a website you can always check. It's called SERP API. I'll put the link in the chat for you. You can use that to search and see what you're getting based on location, and you can use the API tool. Okay. Yeah, put the link in the chat. So that will help you at least to see what's going on, and then you can reverse engineer the process and see who's at the top, see what they're doing that's different from what you're doing, and then you could also look at your content. So I know that I think it was recently that Google just reduced the crawl limit to, I think it's 2 MB. Correct me if I'm wrong. So okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, send request. Okay, let me try. Have you ever?
I can see it. I can see the screen.
Okay, so this is what I was referring to in the chat, Gadiers too. So if you come here and you get content, you can search here. Like, let's say you're in Egypt. I don't know where in Egypt you are. Let's just say Cairo. You see to give you different Cairo, New York, Georgia. So you want to be more specific. And you say Cairo, Egypt. So I don't know where exactly, but you can see how it shows you the results. Let's say it's 14.1 million people. Then you can type in, I don't know what you've written as content, but here's a good place to do it. So if I ask you, what would be the content that you would be, if you want, our client is US based. Okay, so where in the US is it? Because you said local, where would it be?
New Jersey.
Okay, where in New Jersey?
Shaimet, we're in New Jersey.
Clifton.
Clefton? Did I say it right?
Yes.
How do you spell Clefton? Is it CL? How do you spell Clifton? Sorry.
Yes. Clifton.
Oh, Clifton. Okay, so you can see it's 1.17. What was the content that you were talking about? Like the search query?
It's accounting firm.
Accounting firms near me.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna look at this. All right. So do you know any of these companies?
Yes. My company, the third. Yes.
This is
The third
yours?
business. Yes.
So you have way more reviews than them, and I see why you're saying that. It's like, why you third and not first? So when I look here, I notice Yelp is next. This is next. I don't see any of your content from your website.
I think I think it's for the search for Clifton, but if we search on the state level and make the account firm in New Jersey, here the challenge. I can't go abroad Clifton. Although there is in my competitors from my competitors ranking on the state level. Uh, if we
Yeah,
still ranking in the city level only, there is no growth for this account.
that's true. I have a client, she's a CPA, she's in Chicago, and she gets clients all the way in California because of the setup of SEO
And
that we.
not Chicago or California, but in New Jersey, the state
Yeah.
level.
Yes, yes. I'm saying I'm just giving you an example of a stretch that if somebody could find you as far as that, then it shouldn't be hard to be found in a near location. So I would have to look at your website, do an audit, get to see what you have there, what's your schema looking like, what is your parameters looking like, and then build from there.
Oh,
Because if you were to
uh,
have your content, it should be showing here, but there's some things that we can build on to make sure that it's also part of the results. So I just wanted to share that with you. We can I'll put my link in the chat so you can book a call with me if you need to. And that way we can talk and then we can get that going for the state level.
okay, thank you, thank you. But
You're welcome.
there is a link for the chat, please.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll save it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, Sarah.
No, you're welcome. I like, to connect people.
Thank you,
I'll
Okay,
sir.
do
you're
this.
welcome, guys.
Is this every week, every month, every quarter?
Every month we do it once a month. We get on a call and do what you see we're doing right now. And sometimes people come with really interesting tips or interesting questions. Um, my goal is to keep the conversation going. I try to avoid those awkward silences where we're just staring at each other. But I just try to make sure there's things to talk about, right?
Right, right.
And I
Thank you.
also post them on YouTube, so others who are considering to join, want to know how this goes, so they get an idea as well. Interesting thing, Shaima, I found this. I'm not sure if this is relevant to you or I'm looking for ideas to discuss. I keep 1 second. Anyone has any thoughts about? I have two things to discuss about ChatGPT. Anyone has any thoughts about ChatGPT ads? I know, I don't have any one I know that ran those ads, and but does anyone know anyone yet who ran those ads or used those ads? I wish I did. I shared the link in the chat. I'm not sure if that's I want to ask the same, Mohammed. I am very curious. I want to keep an eye on this. I think we need to look for any case studies or information on from people who actually used it, because there's a lot of insights that are kind of gonna come out of this, and the real business value of ChatGPT is gonna be clear. Okay. Can I move to another point, or anyone wants to say anything about this? Mohammed,
I
Favor,
want
yeah,
I
Shaima.
want to discuss but organic on ChatGPT, not ads. Please, anyone has thoughts or any ideas? I think there is more is planned for me. Although I also take a long way in this field for AI visibility on AI tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity and the other tools. There is more schema, more about schema or these things. I think it's not enough to rank on ChatGPT or AI tools in the first results.
Okay. I'm not sure this is gonna be relevant or not, but I know like there's a study that Spark Toro made recently. I'm gonna try to pull it. That citations in ChatGPT are very inconsistent. So that means they change.
Yes, citation is so important. Yes.
Okay, so
But how to be cited? Uh, we need
yeah,
large budgets to be cited with the traditional methods. I think that the owned backlinks or the backlinks we get by يعني, our efforts are also few. Yeah, I think that um,
I I don't think backlinks would impact your rankings in search, and then as a like as an impact, it would make you more potentially appear more like or more likely to get cited in ChatGPT, but and such platforms. But
Sarah, please, I'm not sure, maybe you pressed, but please
yeah,
mute.
I noticed that I'm muted. Okay, yes, sorry. So basically, links would help you improve your performance in search and potentially make when you're ranking better in search, potentially you may get cited more. So it doesn't impact directly your citation in AI platforms. But then there's this study from Spark Toro that says that citations are very inconsistent. So what that means is basically if I ask top running shoes and then Stefan asks for top running shoes and Muhammad and Favor, and each of us, we may not necessarily get the same output or the same recommendation. Things change. So based off that, because people are tracking specific prompts, right? And there's so many prompts, you can't really track all the prompts, right? So I was thinking that it once again goes to the topic. So instead of thinking of prompts, maybe we should think of the topic itself, the running shoes, right? And if you make yourself relevant to that somehow, this is where you're more likely to be cited. So it's not a specific prompt situation. And the way that you probably make yourself more cited is understand where ChatGPT is pulling its data. So for example, we know that AI overviews cites YouTube, give or take 25% of the time. So to increase your chances, you need some content there around your topic, right? We know, for example, Reddit as well. Reddit is very hard to tackle, and it's very community. What is it called? Organic. It's like I'm seeing more and often reports where people are saying they try to use Reddit in unnatural way to promote their businesses or whatever, and then they just get locked there one way or the other, right? So I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but what I'm trying to say is you need to figure out where the platform is pulling its data from and try to get presence on all these platforms. And that's why it's complicated. Thoughts? I'm passing the baton to someone to continue.
I have a
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
a
go
call
ahead.
in. I was going to say I have a call in 5 minutes, but it's very important to look at all these citations and things because we're going to get sidetracked by AI very fast if we don't fundamentally look at our websites and also see the structure that's within. It's like our body, we are what we eat. So if our websites are not tracking or producing the results, we need to know why, and then we can use that to build more on top. And yes, SparkToro is a really good platform too. That is really, really good. I usually talk about it a lot on Clubhouse, which I'm still active on. So it's very good to see that there are things that we can use that don't have to take too much of our energy, but also require a lot of patience too.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be smart. Favor, if once like we're finishing, we're wrapping up in 5 minutes, in 4 minutes actually. So don't worry, you'll get on your call on time. I think someone raised their hand. No, okay. I think managing our time and leveraging automations to which goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, redistributing the content as Stefan was talking and Favor was talking about. I think that's something automation can help with, give or take. You may still need to review what's gonna go posted, but I think this is something I want to look into. Anyone has any other topic, any questions? Like we still have 3 minutes and we can like discuss anything. Did I bore you guys too?
No, this was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, it was an amazing session, but I'm afraid we won't manage to fit one single subject in these 2 minutes. So
No worries,
it's better.
Mohammed. Yeah, go ahead. Continue,
So it's
sorry.
better to end on a high note.
Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining today. This is gonna go on YouTube in an hour or two, like just once the video processes or whatever, like that sort of thing. And I'm gonna share it with all of you. And see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
See
feel
you.
free
Bye.
to invite your friends, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Sure. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.